Saturday.
Happy Saturday indeed.
Yes. It's a great weekend.
It really is.
It really is. I don't know what weekend it is yet right now, but
it's all the weekends, baby.
Right.
That's what it is.
It is. It's all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, anytime we're doing a show, we're caught up in our own little thing, having fun, and
anytime we're together,
drinking our little beverages, enjoying life. And that's kind of what we do.
Yep.
So, we're gonna have a couple guests tonight. Yeah, we're gonna be talking to
Sam Lepowitz and Joe Mesa. I hope I said that right. Massa.
Yeah, I think you did get that right.
Which one?
Yeah, I don't know.
Which one is it, baby?
I don't know. We'll get. We're gonna
we'll
bring
talk
him
to him
on.
here in a second.
Yeah, we'll have him on, and we're gonna kind of get into this right off the rip.
Yeah. Might as well.
Right, and have
pull the Band-Aid. Whoop whoop.
Yeah, and we'll have some conversation after, and but I am really looking forward to talking to these guys.
Yeah,
I know, and these guys seem like such good dudes, and I can't wait to get and hear what it's like in Ithaca? Ithaca, New York.
Yeah.
Right. I want to hear their stories. I want to hear their experiences. So let's just not waste any more time. What do you think?
I'm all about it.
We go ahead and bring them in?
Yeah.
I think they're ready, Mr. Engineer. Do you think we can go ahead and get them in here? Let's see what's happening.
We got to unmute.
Joe?
All right.
Hey.
Right in.
Oh, there we go.
There's Sam. Do we got a Joe?
We got Sam. And Joe's like, no, fuck this, I'm out.
I see you guys.
All right, there it is.
That's the role. He and I have been playing music together a long time, and I feel like that's the energy that he brings that I need to be complimented by, because I am willing to put up with a lot more than I should a lot of the time. And Joe's the one who will be like, nope, we're calling it here.
Nice.
I like that you guys are you know that about yourselves and each other, and I mean that's what it takes to be in a good band, right? I mean, you have to know those things, like you maybe even communicate without words, right? So you just know what you anticipate each other.
Feel that groove.
Yeah.
Feel that groove.
Definitely.
and it looks like we're missing someone. Who is that?
Yeah, so the other member of our trio, Pocket Bandits, is Simon Bjarning, our drummer, who has a gig tonight, but he sends his regards.
Fucking drummers.
Hi, Simon.
Busy guy.
They've always got other gigs. Always.
When you find a good one too, that's like
right.
The good ones are all busy because no one wants to play with the bad ones.
You just have to be willing to share them with like 5 other people. That's fine. But you guys, I really appreciate you guys coming on. Would you take a second each to talk about, like maybe say your name and where you're from and the band you're in and that
just
kind of thing?
Give us a little lowdown.
Yeah, you bet. And I can start. So I'm Sam Lepowitz, and I play organ and keyboard bass in Pocket Bandits. And this is.
Oh, I'm, Joe Massa. I play the guitar, baritone guitar in Pocket Bandits, as well as several other projects with Sam. But from here in Ithaca, New York. Happy to be on.
Awesome.
Nice. Well, like we said before, we're real happy to have you guys on. I did a little deep dive into you guys, and I don't know if it was a TikTok that I seen, but man, there was a song that I swear to you, I want to say it's called Pocket Bandit, that sounds like a Nintendo, not even 64, I want to say a regular Nintendo, like dove down into like a, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, I am so right here for this.
I know. You were telling me about it. I know. Yeah.
And I just thought that was like, I've not heard something like, and you guys don't have vocals. Anything that I've heard, I haven't heard vocals on. So obviously for me, I'm a vocalist. I was like, okay, I just want to listen to it. And the more I was listening to it, the more I was like diving into like an emotion and a feeling for it. And I was like, this is just ripping hot. I loved it. I did. And, it was really cool to hear, something for me that I don't know, I just got that emotional attachment to.
Yeah.
And so what song is that? Please tell me I'm right with Pocket Bandit.
It sounds like it. Yeah, we did release our first single back in April, called "The Pocket Bandits." So that's likely what you found.
Yeah, and it does. No, I hear it's got that kind of like minor key riff that's got a little Nintendo energy. So Simon, our drummer, actually wrote the bulk of that tune, and yeah, it was just one of those. He's like, guys, I have this idea. I thought we could try it out. I wasn't sure what to call it, so I just called it the Pocket Bandit.
Is it ironic that you're wearing a Nintendo 64 shirt?
And I'm gonna tell you right now, I didn't even notice that.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, and it's funny because like we've just been covering, like, recently, the last couple of gigs, we've been doing one of the tunes from Super Mario 64, which was more like my childhood, and these two guys were like, all right, that's fine. It's one of the trickier things we've had to play lately.
No doubt.
We play some challenging stuff.
Please tell me it's one of the underwater levels.
No, it's the main the Bob on Battlefield.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, that's a little outside. I guess we can back up a little and see. Joe, like Joe mentioned, he and I have been playing in bands together for over a decade now, and we've played in a lot of different projects. But this one, Pocket Bandits, was really kind of birthed from the pandemic and a lot of our regular things that we were used to rehearsing and gigging together, like day after day, week after week. A lot of that was on pause. And we played in some one of the bands we play in is like a 7-piece funk band with horns, and coordinating all those kind of schedules was not feeling quite so manageable at 20, 21, 22. And it was really Joe's idea to want to put together kind of an organ trio, like Soul Live or Delvin Lamar organ trio or that sort of thing, where it was he knew that I could play keys and cover bass. I'd done that on gigs in the past, and the two of us have worked so well together, and the first drummer we called was this guy, Simon Bjarning, who was kind of newer to the area, and we'd seen playing around recently, and we had both been like, we'd love to work with that guy, and we got together and it just clicked. So yeah, we've been doing this instrumental thing where we're writing this kind of proggy, funky mix of genres, and not having a singer, not having a bass player, it's been really, a lot of work to get the music to the point where we're satisfied with it. But right now we really are, and having so few people involved to make it go, it's been a really awesome challenge, and something all three of us have been very excited about. So.
And it looks like you guys have been pretty successful and having some pretty awesome times and some good shows. So, I think that's awesome. And I like, you're a little something different for us, and we like to look for that. That's the kind of thing that we want to. We want to hear from. I think you. It sounds like you guys listen to the show, so you know us. We want to hear from everybody, and
we're not just a punk or metal or whatever.
Yeah.
We like music,
right?
And so whenever we hear a band that touches us in a certain way, we're like, yeah, I dig that. I want to find out what's going on.
You got a few guys that are doing something cool.
Yeah.
I dig it.
Why not? Why wouldn't you want to do that?
I want to talk to them.
And you guys are doing something that's just, like I said, is just pretty fucking cool in my eyes.
Yeah.
And I don't know how far. Do you guys travel out of New York to go play shows?
Open to at least a little bit.
Yeah, we haven't done a ton of that yet, but it's something we really want to work towards. So this project really, we only really started gigging about October.
You are fucking kidding me.
Yeah. So we got together, like I said, kind of early mid pandemic, and we played one gig under a different name when we were still sort of figuring out material. But
what was that name?
It was
I don't remember.
It was Save Bandit. Right. It was,
that's right. Yeah.
A lot of our songs are like references the type, because it's instrumental. We can just call them whatever we want.
Yeah.
So we have a bunch that are named after like The Office and Seinfeld stuff. Save Bandit was an Office reference, but I think we saw there were a few other bands on Spotify that were using that name. So, we sort of iterated it and landed on Pocket Bandits. And so, yeah, we sort of were jamming and working on tunes, but not making it a big priority. We all had other stuff going on. And then we really kind of decided in late summer of last year that we were ready to start putting the time in and get out. And we've just been gigging mostly locally, regionally since then. But it's high on our list to be able to travel a little more outside of New York. Just because, again, with only 3 of us, it's that's on the table right now. We've all got jobs and families and other commitments. But
you guys you're younger too, right? Am I wrong on that? Like, is that? I mean,
it's all relative. I don't know. Yeah. I'm older than a lot of the people who are posting on TikTok, but younger than the people who are trying to ban it. So
welcome to the world.
Right. I like that. That's good. That was a really good analogy or summary there, I should say. That's pretty good. I mean, and I was never fortunate enough to be able to go and tour, and I couldn't make 4 other guys line up to be able to go do that. I was totally willing always, and then I reached like, I think my late 30s, early 40s. I was like, okay, this is never gonna happen. It's over. So we're just gonna focus, which we always did focus on having fun and stuff too. So
yeah,
that was a benefit, and I'm cool with it. I would have loved to have gone out and done a cool tour or whatever, but you guys seem like you got what it takes, and I think that we can expect that from you guys, right? What are you thinking?
I don't know about full tour. Like, we got jobs, and I got a kid in the house, and Sam's got a wife, and Simon's got 2 kids in high school, and so
it's life, baby.
Full length tours. I don't know if those are necessarily on the table, but I could see like a little mini weekend or something here and there, a couple times a year. Definitely could be on the table for sure. So
yeah,
nice.
Yeah, it's a fun time, And honestly, for me, it's when I think about like the not touring, I don't think about like, oh, if I could have toured, I could have maybe made it. Or whatever, whatever that means. I think about the experience that I didn't get to have. That's,
no doubt, yeah.
Yeah,
playing music, just traveling the world and being able to play music in different cities is just a good experience at some point to do in your life, regardless of how successful you may be while you do that.
Well, and I've played a lot in other cities and stuff. It's just like to have that road time with your best friends.
Yep.
And to go and have those crazy stories.
You're going to get all sentimental on us now, aren't you? Good God.
No one likes me, though. There you go.
Are you done now?
Fuck you, Frazier. I'll tell you that.
God.
Fucking asshole.
Yeah, well, it happens. So you guys, like Sam, you said before that you guys have been playing music together for, ever.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Really long time. I for a while after I graduated from college, I was taking some piano lessons from Joe's dad, who's a musician in this area from, has been for a long time. And yeah, through that, I kind of, Joe and I crossed paths sooner or later, and he recognized me because I think, I gave his dad one of my solo records, and pretty soon I was playing keyboards in his band at the time, and then I needed a guitar player for my solo band. And I feel like since about 2014, almost every project I've wound up in, whether from the get-go or eventually because someone leaves, Joe it winds up being there. And so we've just developed a really good rapport musically. Like, we're just like, we know how to play together.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, and I mean, with not having a bass player, so you're playing organ and things like that. Joe, you are the guitar player.
The Doors style.
So you guys have to, kind of play on each other. And for playing music together for what, 10 years, X plus or whatever, you would have to have that, kind of feeling together. And I think that's awesome. And it comes through with what you guys are doing.
Absolutely.
Simon, your drummer, is he a jazz drummer?
Yeah.
Yes.
he's in everything, but yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's got quite a, he's like, classically trained. He's from Denmark originally. He only moved to the States also about 10 years ago, I think he said. And,
wow.
It's Kismet.
he was, he was classically trained, like conservatory, classical percussion, played in orchestras, but also like toured in rock bands and played jazz. And since he's not here, I'll like drop, after he moved to the States, he has been like a contract player for Live Nation. So he's played gigs backing up like Hanson and Celtic Thunder and Evanescence.
Holy shit.
When they played their like little orchestral tour some years back, there's a video of that and you can see Simon playing timpani in the
I
that's
want
cool
to
as
check
fuck.
that out.
Yeah.
So he's like really excited about playing with us. So we're fine with that.
Excited about that. Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
But because some of the stuff that I've listened to you guys play, I was like, man, that drummer's just like coming out with stuff like from out of nowhere, and it's almost math rock, the kind of style that he has with it. And I was just like, man, that's real cool.
It's like super jazz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
like that.
the progressive stuff that that you guys are putting on.
Did I just coin something new?
You might have.
I think I did.
But
Jazz, I like it.
okay,
Going on the list of things to call the record. Or just our genre. When people ask what kind of music we play.
Super jazz.
Super jazz.
I honestly, and look, Sean and I argued so much about like what genre you guys are. And like, as for two guys who don't like to put people in the box,
I couldn't put my finger on it at all anyway.
We were trying to like describe it to each other, and I'm like, I think it's lounge, man. And he's like, no, it's not lounge.
It's not lounge.
And I get that maybe it's not lounge, but and more than I like super jazz, I think I like super lounge.
No,
maybe even better.
I don't like super lounge.
You don't like super lounge?
I don't. I'm going with super jazz. I'm with Sam and Joe on this.
Whatever. I don't care.
And I'm going to be really upset. Oh, go ahead, buddy.
No. I think the word lounge implies the ability to relax to a degree that I think certain corners of our music would be upsetting if that. We have a lot of a lot of crunchy guitars and.
No, I get that.
Yeah,
there is.
Yeah, I do. I get that, but there is also a lot of elements. You guys do that. You could do a bit of a roller coaster, and
we do.
And I don't know.
The ride that they can put you on is absolutely tremendous.
Right. Yeah.
No, thank you.
I added that to my. I always add songs to my carrier list, which is what I do for my job. And I'll be sitting there driving or walking along, and then next thing I know, a song pops on. I'm like, oh yeah, that's it. And then I start to get a little confused. I'm like, I don't know which way to go here, and I love that.
Yeah.
I love when music
surprises you.
Yeah. I do. And when we first started talking to you guys, and I did a little dive into you, I was like, I love the way all of this sounds. It's just cool. It's different. It's nothing I've heard before.
It's very unique.
And I'm just like, yes, please, thank you. I really am. And man, I'm so happy that you guys are wanting to be on this nonsense of a show.
Yeah. Thank you guys.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. We appreciate you having us. Yeah, as far as the genre, I mean, the thing is, again, with Joe and I having a long music history together, it's not something we really talked about, like what we wanted it to sound like. I think we both know each other's tastes, and Simon also brought in like a big overlap in the kind of music he likes and plays and listens to, but also brings in some other influences. And I do think it's a hodgepodge of every. I think playing instrumental music that has some complicated chord changes. Oof. Jazz comes into the discussion a lot.
Yeah,
I think there's some jazz and some 70s jazz fusion elements of what we do.
Sure,
and progressive rock we hear a lot, and we love that stuff. We love Yes and King Crimson and
King Crimson. Excuse me.
And we love we love the Beatles and
groove and stuff too. Obviously,
we love the Beatles,
Stevie Wonders and that kind of stuff. And,
no, I honestly, guys, I mean, I really think it's cool. I mean, I love hearing bands. Honestly, I feel like in Portsmouth, Ohio, we've had some very interesting bands come through here.
We have
originate from here and come through here. So we always really dig hearing the
something different, something new.
different, right? Yeah, something different, something new. And you guys, you're
hit the nail on the head.
Absolutely, yeah. That's really cool. And honestly, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No worries. I was just gonna say, in some ways, being in an instrumental band kind of gives you a little more freedom to kind of do whatever you want and sort of break the walls down a little bit, because you don't have to worry about supporting a singer as much. Supporting a singer, or what kind of message the song is trying to portray, because there are no lyrics. So you kind of just throw modern song structure out the window at times, and it sort of allows a little more freedom to, like you said, be different and unique and not have to try maybe as hard as if you did have a singer. Because
I'm really jealous.
Usually want some kind of cohesion with that,
right?
Dealing with singers is one of the biggest pains in the asses of my life.
Jeff, it's not that big of a deal. You make it sound like I'm so hard to work with. And the bands that we do, I'm one of the.
This motherfucker, I'll be like, hey, I like what you're doing there, but why don't you try this? And I'll be like, and I'll do my best at presenting it to him, and he'll just look at me dead eyed and be like, no.
I'm not going to do it that way. You're going to play it this way, because this is the only way that it should be played.
And I'm like,
don't you dare try something new with me.
And that's where we really this show. People think that this show, we're going to end up fighting, but you should see band practice.
Yeah.
I mean, it's I'm just like, can you just tell me no a little nicer?
No, I will not tell you no nicer.
He won't. He'll just be like, I will absolutely never fucking do that. Fuck your mother. I hope you die.
I've never said that.
I mean, that's the way I take it.
Because that is my future wife.
That's the way he takes it. Yeah, Joe and I don't quite have that dynamic. I think it's one of the reasons that we're still playing together.
I'm sorry, you guys aren't as toxic as we are.
we can be a little toxic.
I have been there though, so I get it. Not with Sam, but in the past with.
Right. I mean,
sometimes you just got to know how to work with certain people, and that's just what it is, right?
Well, I mean, like how you two, you guys can play off each other. We do the same thing. He's just saying that to be funny.
I would say sometimes you just have to fucking play the hand you're dealt.
Yeah. And I'll tell you right now,
we've all been there.
It's all aces with me, baby. You know it is.
Well, it is funny. I mean, that's the not having a singer thing. Joe made a solo album during the pandemic.
It moves every time you say that, by the way.
Every time I say pandemic?
No singer.
You get him excited when he says no singer.
But so Joe made this instrumental album during the pandemic, and he wrote and played all the instruments. We were all kind of doing what we could to stay creative when we couldn't get together. But for me, almost all the music I've ever done has been supporting a vocalist or, I consider myself a songwriter more than anything else. And, lyrics are a really important thing to me. And I love singers. My wife is a singer. That's most of the music that I was influenced by and that I've played is about supporting a vocal and lyrics. So it's been a really cool new challenge for me playing, aside from covering all the bass parts. I'm a bass player also. That's my other instrument, but covering both at once, like playing keys and bass with the left hand and the pedals is something I've always enjoyed the challenge of, but really had to jump into okay, that's my role in this band. And to be able to fill all that space without a vocal and to have, none of the impact of the music come from lyrics, have it to purely be writing and arranging around only the music from the three of us. It's been great for my chops. I know that.
I mean, that sounds really fucking cool. It sounds like a fucking bass player who stepped up and is doing Like, you know what I mean?
Are you going to shit on bass players? Seriously?
I hate piling on bass players. I really do. Because it's like the cool thing to do is to talk shit about bass players. But in my experience, I mean, like, they are the least affected by any of the music that's happening. Come on. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong.
You were wrong.
No, I'm not fucking wrong.
Sounds like you need to meet some better bass players.
Thank you, Sam.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You heard that, Pat Day, right?
Oh my God.
No, Pat. Honestly, the only complaint I have about Pat Day is that he's always out of fucking town. I don't get to play with him. I
get it.
He lives right next door to me.
I know, because I didn't buy that house.
He talked to me, right. I talked him into buying the house right next door to me. And like, I'm like, all right, I'm going to get to play with Pat all the time. And he's like, yep, gotta go out of town now. And it's like 10 years later.
Yeah.
Like, I've fucking seen him like 6 times.
Our bass player lives next door to him.
Right.
So.
And he works fucking on the road. He's gone. He makes big money. He does, he
does big boy things.
He does. He's a big boy. But I don't get. I thought that things were going to get better. Like I was going to get to see him more when he lived next door. But no, that's not how it happened. But yeah, that's my only real complaint about Pat. But
and we're not complaining about Pat.
No, fuck Pat.
Wow,
fuck that motherfucker.
Wow,
he should be home with me.
Do you guys do this kind of stuff? Do you guys rip on each other all the time?
I'm not ripping nothing.
Yeah.
I like how
really,
Joe is
honestly.
just nonchalantly just like, no, we don't. There's something seriously wrong with you two.
Now we do have other bandmates where that's more the dynamic.
Well, fuck them.
But I don't think for the two of us that's generally how.
No, that's not. Yeah, our back and forth. Yeah.
Did you guys say you're in a band with like 11 other people or something like that? In another band?
We have been.
We've been in situations like that, yes.
Oh.
Multiple times,
I'm
but
so
not
sorry.
currently. Nothing that big currently.
Yeah.
That's rough. I mean, honestly, like, and we've said this before, musicians, I'm not being a dick.
Come on, man.
We're the worst fucking people there are. Really are. We really are.
What, me and you?
Well, just musicians and I think we're pretty good.
Some musicians can be horrible. I think that Joe and Sam can also agree to that.
Probably.
We've all had those run-ins. Yes,
all of us had those run-ins.
Well, can I tell you guys something? It's funny because one of the things I noticed.
I swear to God, if he says that I hated him when he first met him, let's just end this call now.
Yeah,
and we'll end the podcast, and we'll never do this again.
You're the one that brought that up. I mean, I
was waiting for it.
I wasn't going to bring that up. Well, what I was going to bring up is, we were actually we actually have a little pocket name.
Oh yeah.
Too. Sean and I, we really got tired of a drummer who was always in 5 other bands and always fucking gone. A bass player who was always out of town. Our second guitar player, same situation. He was in one of the bands that the drummer was in and just gone, and plus doing his own thing. And Sean and I were just left sitting at home doing nothing and like bored. Like we got so spoiled with just having we might not even have a show for like a month, and we're like band practice every weekend.
Yeah,
that was our party time. And so when that kind of stopped, we were like, we should start our own little.
And we did.
We did a little campfire acoustic.
Yep.
Cover band called the Pocket Jacks.
Nice.
Yeah. We would play punk rock songs as a campfire song, and it was awesome.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, I can see there's some Ramones stuff for sure that would work nicely in that context.
It was absolutely fun, and but I mean, that's really what we always go back to is what is going to be fun for us to play.
Right.
Yeah. For us, Pocket Jacks was fun for us to play.
Oh yeah.
Social Intents, the other band that we're in, party band or whatever, that's fun to play. You guys are doing this because it's fun.
Oh yeah.
And,
no doubt.
And that's really what it all boils down to is, are you having fun doing what you're doing? Yeah. Sam, I go to you.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely having fun doing what we're doing, and that's what I feel strongly that we should, because it's we're not in it for the money, so
right.
No, I love
the music,
right.
When when you're really into it, or if you're just mailing it in, it'll reflect.
It truly will, and I think that's how it always should be. It should always be, if you're going to go out and you're going to have a good time, you're going to go out and have a good time.
Yeah.
And if you can have a good time, have fun, hang out with buddies, do whatever buddies do when they're together, except for me and Jeff. And, you know, we can just kind of just do what you want to do and enjoy each other's company, and, you know, maybe make a couple bucks, cool, but you're enjoying what you're doing, putting music out there that, you know, this is weird. You guys are in New York. We're in Ohio, and we found you guys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
the internet's a fun place.
It truly is.
Well, times are changing.
Yeah. Like TikTok. Dude, I'm 47. I don't understand what TikTok is. You know what I mean? But yet here I am finding people from other states, other countries that I'm like, wow, those guys are really good. This is cool.
Right.
So I'm finding stuff that I like.
Yeah.
And man, I like to have fun. I have fun with it.
Yeah, and all this technology has really existed for many years, well over a decade, and
I just want to scream, "Get off my lawn!"
It's only been really made, I mean, like more simple since TikTok, and that's what's shitty. I mean, I feel like this should have happened right off the rip, right from the beginning, basically, because my phrases are I'm not getting them tonight. So
no.
Right. But you know, I mean, this capability has existed for a long time.
It has.
But it's only been made simple since TikTok, and that's when they talk about shutting it down, that's when I'm like, fuck, man. I mean, I love this unity. I love how it's connected me and you with bands from Ithaca, New York, you know, New Mexico, fucking England, you know, Birmingham. It's really amazing, and you know, and I understand that you guys, you're out there doing what you love, and I really appreciate that. And Sean had said, go out there and do what you love to do, but you know, I'm also a firm believer, and we've said this on the show too. You know, invite people to your house. Play for them for free, feed them, get them drunk, but don't play shows for free. Don't do that shit.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. I like how Sam and Joe both like, we're not doing that.
Yeah. Well, and I wouldn't expect them to, but I do want to say that for the listeners, for anybody who might be listening, because honestly, I feel like there was a period, maybe it happened in the 90s. I don't know when it happened, but where people were just anxious to play and wanted to get out and were willing to do it for free, and that fucking killed everything. And now musicians have to battle to get a fucking paying gig, and that's bullshit. It shouldn't be that way.
I get that.
Yeah.
And my thing is I don't want to hear you guys ever have to play for exposure, because that's ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah.
We've all been down that road. You know, we've been doing this a while. So it's rough out there, and you're preaching to the choir.
I mean, so how is Ithaca's scene? I mean, is that where you guys normally play? Is Ithaca?
Mostly, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here,
there's a lot of music in Ithaca, and it's a little competitive because it's got the two colleges, and Ithaca College has the music school, so there's a lot of music students.
Ooh.
That's where Sam went. But I mean, as far as like diversity and bands and stuff, there's tons and tons of music in Ithaca. So
nice.
The venues, and we're still figuring out sort of what our best avenue to play is, the times, where the crowds and stuff, because that's kind of always changing. But as far as just musicians themselves, it's a pretty large scene.
Well, I was going to ask you guys about that. You know, you're talking about like different scenes and stuff like that. How hard is it for you guys to group up, and do you guys group up and play with another band or things like that? Or do you guys just go out with like a 4-hour set and play it on your own?
We've done both.
Okay.
We did a few of these shows where we played with like a singer-songwriter. The first show we did was with Mandy, Sam's wife, and then a couple other friends of ours, and we do like a set up front, and then we do a set in the middle where we back up the singer-songwriter, and then we do a set on the back end, and then bring them up for like an encore to sing one tune with us or whatever.
These guys
did
are
that a few
pros.
times, which was fun, and we're looking to do more stuff in that realm where we collaborate with other local artists and groups and stuff around town. So that was a lot of fun when we did that. We're looking to branch off of that a little bit more too. So.
Nice.
Yeah. We really enjoy, like, again, it's 3-piece band. And we've all played a lot of different kinds of music. So I think we've really enjoyed how quick it is for us to get new material together. So and with everyone's kind of musical flexibility, it's been fun to sort of like, we do our thing, which is, whatever combination of genres it is. But then all of a sudden we're the backing band for like an Americana kind of singer-songwriter or so, this sort of like Radiohead type thing or all these different singer-songwriters we've worked with on those shows do very different sounding music. And it's been fun for us to embrace that challenge of like, how much can we still sound like us, but how much can we mold ourselves to supporting this other creative force from outside the band. So that's enjoyable.
Awesome.
And that takes a lot of talent too. I mean,
super talented.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I mean, it's
really
something we could do.
No,
well,
because
if you believe in yourself.
Oh no. But the thing is, we know our limitations.
Yeah.
Well, that's important too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, guys, we're going to pretty much have to wrap this up here in just a minute.
Before...
hold on.
We still have some time left, I think, on this meet. So I have to ask. I have to ask.
Okay,
this band.
ask it, baby.
Guys, as a band, what's some crazy shit you've seen?
Oh.
Crazy
oh
shit.
Man.
Oh, he's got something already.
Yeah. Come on, Sam, throw it out there.
I love hearing these stories, man. I want to hear stories, what it's like playing music. I mean, in Ithaca or wherever you guys have played.
I'm trying to think of something that I can tell.
Right.
You can tell whatever you want.
We don't want to get anybody arrested. We don't want to get anybody, whatever's going to happen.
I think most of our crazy shit stories are less about getting us arrested and more like, I can't believe we just watched that happen and we're just here trying to do our jobs.
I'm here for that.
Like there have been some good ones with like deeply intoxicated people who are basically standing on the stage filming and the staff is nowhere to be seen. That's one I remember a lot.
How was that possible?
You'd be amazed. You know which one I'll tell. This was not with this band, but this is in another band that Joe and I play in. We once we were playing this. It was a Halloween show at a local venue, and it was one of those like Halloween had been like a Wednesday or a Thursday, and this was the Saturday. So people were still partying, but the ones who were still partying had been partying for 4 days, and it was a recipe for sort of disaster. And there was this group of people in the venue who were like, I think they were related to someone who worked at the bar, so they were just kind of doing whatever they wanted, and this one dude kept wanting to come up and sing a song with the band, and they're like yelling, like, can I sing a song? Can I sing a song? And we were like, no, that's not what this is. We're putting on a show right now, so we not have. And this guy looks at us and says, I'm from North Carolina. I'm sorry. You're right. Those are the rules. If you're from North Carolina, you get to come up and replace the singer in the band. You're right.
That tracks, though, right?
Well, I mean, if you're from North Carolina, by all means,
you're entitled to everything,
right? Every other band is just karaoke, a live band karaoke to you.
Yep.
Well, and what's funny is that we've experienced that too. I don't know how many times I've been at a show, we have everything set up, and some random person comes up and is like, "Hey, I'm a drummer. Can I play those drums?" And I'm like, "No, no, you can't play those drums." Well, what do you mean? I won't break them. I know what I'm doing. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. You're not playing the drums.
I feel like that's a surefire sign to tell that somebody is not a drummer if they ask to play somebody else's drum set up on a gig, right?
I guess. And I mean,
it's the same way Joe and I have gotten a lot of advice at gigs from sound guys who are like, I want to tell you guys this because I'm a sound guy. I'm like, oh, really? That's funny that we're playing a gig right now and you're just drinking. I feel like
fuck you, sound guys. Everybody hates the sound guy. Look, God. We can be super positive about bands, right?
Yeah.
But fuck the sound guys.
Whoa.
I feel like
they are the unsung heroes, but there are some real pricks out there. Same as fuck him too, right? Yeah, fuck that guy.
We have an engineer in our corner over here running all the fucking sound for us.
I'm actually doing the sound for this. What are you talking about?
Being a jerk about things.
He's running the video. I'm doing the sound.
God.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
I hope he cuts you out of everything we've done tonight.
I'm not going to be in another frame.
Not at all.
Technical difficulties.
Technical, yeah. Jesus. Yeah, we don't need to pile onto that. But I mean, we've had some really awesome sound guys out there. But there's been some total pricks that they act like they're the fucking show, and that's a real thing. And it's the same thing with bands. I mean, some bands, they're playing the same show you're playing, and they act like they're like
playing at Madison Square Garden.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. I get it.
I mean, that's people. It's not your station. Yeah. It's people, right? But fuck sound guys.
It's never judge someone by their, religion, color of their skin, what instrument they choose to play. Yeah.
Even if they're a sound guy.
Right, even if they're a sound guy.
Well, again, in this context, I'm the fucking sound guy. So fuck me. I agree. Yeah.
My statement stands.
Oh, double fingers from our guest, our audience tonight. We do have an audience tonight, actually. So
yeah, he's a good guy.
And I just got flipped off.
No, I mean there it is.
I'm only sad that he didn't say, fuck. I want to hear something audibly.
No, he's not going to do that.
Yeah. No, but I do appreciate hearing your stories, and if you guys ever want, if you come up. If you experience something new or if you think of something great, hit us up. Come back on. We'd love to talk to you guys again. Absolutely. I mean, I'm really. We're gonna keep an eye on you guys and see where you go because,
I like it. I dig it.
I do too. You're very interesting.
We appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
And we, we mentioned earlier, like our single, The Pocket Bandit, is available for streaming and download now. That's out everywhere. And we are hoping to have a full LP out by hopefully the end of this year. We're just wrapping up our first full record. So we're excited about that too.
Keep an eye.
Yeah. So do you guys have, I want to throw this out real quick, all the social medias, the Instagrams, the Spotifys, all that jazz?
YouTube.
Yep. Pocket Bandits music on TikTok and Instagram, and we were on Facebook too, and Spotify. Pocket Bandits.
Nice.
Pocketbandits.com too.
Yep.
Yeah. You have a website.
They have their own website. That's amazing.
On our good old fashioned website.
Yeah. Nice. I love
everything on there.
Well, Sam, Joe, thank you guys very much for coming on tonight.
Thanks, guys.
It was awesome talking to you.
Yeah,
and we'll definitely keep listening because you guys are cool as shit. I don't know.
Thank you so much.
Really, that's what I gotta say.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Well, thanks a lot, fellas.
Yeah.
Have a good night.
Hey, you guys do the same.
You too.
Bye.
Thanks, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Couple of cool dudes.
Man.
I love that shit, man.
I kind of wish that Simon would have been on there as well. So
me too.
Because I do want to praise him as well.
Right.
Because when I said that he was, I guessed that he was a jazz drummer.
Oh man.
But my God, that guy was, like I said, whenever I was like listening to fills and shit, it was just cool as hell to see him be able to do the kind of stuff that they're doing. I've watched a couple live videos from him as well. God,
I know. Same here. I've probably seen the same shit you've seen.
Yeah. I mean, it was just it's cool to hear something different.
Yeah.
And like I said, with I've always been a vocalist, lyricist guy.
Yeah.
And for me to not have to have that, to still feel something, I'm like, okay, I kind of get that groove. I dig that groove.
Yeah.
Man, solid stuff.
I'm telling you, man. I mean, I have never enjoyed.
You've never been an instrumental guy.
No, I do not like instrumental. I really don't. That's why I want to call it lounge, because and I know they say that, like, it can get a little rocked
You've
up.
already reclassed this as super jazz, baby.
I get it. It's super jazz, but even then, like, I feel like to me it sounds loungy, because I could sit there and relax to every bit of that.
Yeah, I mean, I can too.
Yeah,
but I don't think that it's
on the grand scheme
maybe
of
in the
things.
box,
right?
Of lounge.
Right.
I get that.
Yeah. But yeah, I could totally. I mean, that mood, a night out, and like having that going on, and just it'd be amazing.
I'll tell you right now.
Live.
Let's say that, like, me and you go out one night and we're doing what we would do when we go out at night, and we have that as a soundtrack to the evening. Tell me how awesome that would be.
It would. I mean, I can sit here and tell you it'd be awesome, but I'm trying to imagine what that may look like, and I guess it really just depends on.
I'll tell you right now what's going to look like.
Things.
Are you ready? It's going to be us in 3-piece suits.
I like it.
In a convertible black Cadillac, driving down the strip in Portsmouth.
Okay.
Getting dropped off at, I don't know, let's say Frankenstein's.
By our wives.
Right. Because they'll be driving, because obviously we couldn't be. And then us strolling, all along the Dora district.
Yeah.
In 3-piece suits. Yeah.
In July.
Right. With them as a background, dude, that'd be killer.
Yeah, that would set a pretty good tone for the night. It
yeah.
would, yeah.
I mean, how could you end that evening without robbing a bank and it be, worthwhile? Say it.
Well, I don't want to put us in a box or nothing.
Put us in a box, baby.
No. Look, it does. It sounds like an awesome time. And honestly, I feel like for me, the biggest appreciation for a band like that is live.
Yeah.
To have that happening while you're there doing your thing is just fucking great. It really is. So
I'm going to go with Sam and Joe. You guys aren't here right now, so I'm going to say this. When you guys do a video for Pocket Bandits, or for Pocket Bandit, have me and Jeff roll up in a 3-piece suits. And, we're doing all the things in Ithaca, that whatever Ithaca has to offer for us. And then we end the show, in the video, with you watching you guys live.
I like it. The only thing you have to do is fly us to Ithaca and back.
Yes.
And get our 3-piece
I mean, we're
suits.
not paying for any of this, right?
We need the suits too. So
yeah.
And we're weird sizes.
I mean, there's Goodwills.
It's going to cost a fortune. No, we don't do Goodwills cannot fucking.
that I guess that'd be more leisure suit than anything else.
Even if like Goodwill was known for selling like fancy 3-piece
we don't
suits.
know what Ithaca's Goodwill has.
Maybe
dog.
they have good stuff. I don't know. We'll go. We can find out when we get there. I suppose.
Right.
Yeah.
So buy the tickets. We'll do your video.
Yeah.
I wonder if there'll be any part of this at all.
They already turned it off. I'm sure. Yeah. But they were great guests.
They were good
really,
guys.
Really cool dudes, and I wish them all the luck. And we're going to definitely keep an eye on them because they're interesting. I like that.
Oh, man.
I mean,
yeah.
We find ourselves, and we've talked about this. We put ourselves in a box sometimes.
We do.
And I really think that this show has kind of helped us. It's helped me at least break out of my own little box some. And I've been listening to a lot of different things that. And because the context is different, I feel like it's changed, and
it has.
I really like that. I really do. And doing this show has helped me grow as a music lover, basically.
And I will say that as well. It's made me more acceptable to the different type of things that's out there in the world that people are doing now.
Because we're hearing different perspectives.
Right.
and we're seeing this on a different level.
It's
I really
not
wish
just, the same shit that we've been listening to since the 90s.
Right.
Because, we're in that mode of, oh, we can only listen to this because that's the only thing that we liked, and new music's horrible, blah, blah, blah. But it isn't, and, it's just the way I see it, it's not music made for us.
Right.
But we can, being you both, we can find something that we like out of everything.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
So,
I mean, and I think we've always been pretty good at that, but I think this show has just amplified that.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
And it's not just, like the big record stuff. It's the more local level stuff.
There's no big record label stuff.
Right.
It's all local. We have only the Pocket Bandits. We found them because they reached out to us, and or I don't even know, honestly.
I don't know if we reached out to them.
I don't either. But
honestly, it could have been me listening to them, going, "Man, those guys are really cool."
And you
I would love to talk
something.
To them.
And yes. I don't know how it all happens because there's so much going on there, and I'm not really sure either. But it is all local level shit, and we interact with these people,
right?
And it's honest, it's real,
and we love talking to them.
Yeah. And we're cheerleaders. We're rooting for them.
Every band that we've had on, I'm a cheerleader for.
Yeah. And then some, of course, And we had this conversation many years ago, like talking about bands that we don't get.
Right.
And then coming to, I think it was, I know it was you and I having this conversation about, well, I mean, more power to you. I mean,
yeah.
If you're doing something and you've hit on something just right,
by all means,
good on you.
Yes.
And growing out of that, I'm poor, hater mentality, which I know I had in my early days.
Well, all of us did.
And
all of us had that angst or whatever.
Right, like who the fuck? Oh, we're way better than them. Why are they getting any attention?
Nah.
And I just don't care about that anymore. I want to see people succeed. I really do. I know you do too. We've had this conversation many times.
Except you. I don't want to see you succeed.
If you succeed without me,
then I've done something right.
You're dead to me.
Well, I mean, you can say that.
Fucking dead.
But it's okay because I'll already be succeeding.
I'm going to come and get your wife. I'm gonna be like, hey, what's up, girl? What are you doing?
You know what she'll do? Get away from me, peasant.
Yeah, she probably will because you'll be all fancy. And,
yeah.
I
would have made it.
But, I really do. I want to see people do, I want to see people live their dreams, and I may not understand their music. It may not apply to me. It may not make sense to me. But if you're doing it and you
enjoy doing it,
and you're not stepping on people on the way, and you're doing your thing,
don't use other people as a stepping stone to get to where you want to be.
Exactly.
If anything, pick up that stone and take it with you.
Yeah, there you go. It's beautiful.
Oh my God, did I just get deep with that?
I think you did.
What the fuck is going on with me tonight?
You got so deep. You did.
Damn right.
Oh yeah. Look, we got a reaction over there from our guy in the corner. But, so check them out. What was the website? They had a website.
Pocketbandits.com.
Okay, are you sure about that?
Let me check real quick. Let me make sure. Because I don't know, but man.
They have all the social medias, so check them out on that.
www.pocketbandits.com.
Right.
There they are.
And something we need to start telling.
I'm going to pull this out real quick.
And, there... I don't want to say this. This is weird. So, I feel like as someone who doesn't typically like instrumental bands, I want to reiterate that if you're going to check them out and be open minded because it is cool music. It really is different. You may not like you may check it out and may not like it. Don't be a dick. Don't be a dick. Just don't.
Well, I mean. It all goes back to are you an elitist?
Right.
Do you only like this or this and everything else sucks?
If you don't like it, fucking click away. Go somewhere else. You don't have to leave a comment. Just shut the fuck up and go somewhere else. Wait,
swipe up?
That's something to do with porn.
I mean, no, that's TikTok.
Is it?
Yeah.
No.
No.
That's like a.
Are you talking about Pornhub?
That's like a dating site you're talking about.
No, that's swipe left.
Whatever. All right, swipe up. Okay, so you're TikTok.
Yeah, I'm TikToking. I mean, because
whatever.
that's what this old fella knows is the TikTok.
Well, you knew swipe left pretty good.
Shut your mouth.
Anyway, you know,
What's up, plenty of fish?
So anyway, look, they are a cool band.
Yes, they are.
Very
They're
talented.
very cool.
Those guys.
Sam Joe, thanks for coming on.
Yeah,
we
thank
appreciate
you guys. If you're not a fan, and we need to start reiterating this all the time for everybody, because I don't want to send people to anyone's pages and they start shit. So if you don't like it, fuck off. I mean,
right?
It may not be for you. That's it.
Well, if it's not for you, it's for somebody else.
Right. That's the thing. And that's what
DJ Everman. There's nothing more
subjective than music. Yeah.
Should we start ending our show that way with a DJ Everman quote?
We should.
I'm not going to do that.
We need to have DJ on so
we
can so the folks can hear him say it, because he has that
man. He's got that cool voice when he says it.
He does.
There's nothing more.
You know what?
Subjective.
He's not all southern. he's got some accent, but it ain't all fucking uppity southern.
Right. Well, I mean, I don't know where that came from. I don't. But
you know what, fellas? I can't do it either. But that's what those are the words he would say.
Right.
You know what, fellas?
There's nothing more subjective than music.
He's like Colonel Sanders. I don't know what the fuck you're doing over there.
I don't know either, man.
But anyway,
we probably should end this because
we should end this show.
Stupid.
This show should have ended like 10 minutes ago, probably. But hold on, I'll be there in a minute. So anyway, you guys
for those
out.
listening out there, that was Jeff's wife calling him.
Yeah, and that was Jeff being like, "No."
Yeah.
I'll deal with these consequences later because I have an obligation here, So.
All right, we're going to end this now because it's getting out of hand.
Can we talk for like 20 more minutes?
No, because your wife is going to kill me, and we've already established that she loves me.
Oh, fuck. All right. Guys, be cool. Have a great weekend. And,
we'll see you around.
We'll see you around?
Yeah.
Is that how we're in? We'll see you around? Oh, we'll see you around.
Okay, we'll come up with some cool slogan to end it.
Okay. You're not going to do the you're okay bye thing? I'm disappointed.
Well, I was asking how you wanted to end the show, dude.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye. And that's how you end the show, motherfucker.
I'm pretty sure I'm the one that ended that show.
You didn't. I did.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't.
I did too.
You're out of your fucking box.
I ended the show. I ended the show.
Because you're like,
and you're like, I don't know how we ended. I'm like, do your thing. Do your thing. And you're like, I don't know what my thing is.
So then do it. I did.
I had to do your thing.
You didn't do mine.
I did your thing. I said, okay, bye.
No,
yeah, I did. Yeah.
I said, okay, bye. Okay, bye.